But on another note, we out here. It's popping, everybody. Just doing my Friday, but on another note, shindiggy thingamajiggy. Now I just want to talk real quick about everybody thinks I just live this life of lavishness, but I really just live life to the fullest. Like, I feel like a lot of people come to me and say, how do you do this? How did you do that? And I'm like, I just did it. Like, mind you, I'm not from a super wealthy family. I didn't have handouts, wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Um, just a regular dude. Went to the military, and when I got out, that pretty much what opened my eyes up to living the life that I wanted to live. When I got out, I worked at the VA for a couple years, and that was like the last straw for me. I was like, you know what? Not doing this anymore. Definitely not doing this anymore. So I decided to, I got into the things that I enjoyed. I started going to school for digital film production, got a part of an entrepreneur program, just started doing a lot of things that I enjoyed. Modeling obviously is one of the big things that I enjoy. Doing this, talking to people, trying to be an inspiration to people, just helping out. I think a lot of people live lives for either other people or just for the mere fact of comfortable, just to be comfortable. They keep their 9 to 5, or they live in their town that they lived in because they've been there their whole life, or they've been at their job for 10 years, or whatever it's been. But at the end of the day, you only have one life, so it's like, why would you do something that you don't really, really, truly enjoy? A lot of people are like, but if I try that, I might not make a lot of money, and it's like, well, if it's your passion, you won't really care about the money so much. And I feel like the money will come in due time. Granted, you might have kids, you might have this, you might have a family, you might have a lot of things you got to take care of, but somehow, some way, you need to figure out how to live your passion, and that's for me, that's like the biggest thing. Like I said, I'm not here making millions of dollars doing what I'm doing, but I enjoy it, so I'm not gonna stop. I won't stop until I'm at the end result, which will be making significant amount of money, but that's not important to me right now. And I still live a pretty nice life. I'm happy. I'm very happy with what I do, what I'm doing. I get to travel from time to time. So I just feel like I just wanted to put that out there because a lot of people think it's impossible. I can't do this. I can't move, from this location because I'm going to do it next year. I'm going to do it, at the end of the summer when the summer, there's always a reason. There's always an excuse. And for me, I just feel like you have to just pick up and sometimes they say take the bulls by the horns, and that's really what you got to do with it's your own life. You can't look back, 20, 30 years from now and say, man, I wish I really would have, yo, can you chill, plane? I'm trying to make a video for YouTube, playing all up in the motherfucking, sorry. But, yeah, so that's basically what I just wanted to touch base on. A lot of people just ask me, especially on Instagram, because that's where most of my followers come from, and they're oh, I love your life, I love what you do, and I'm like, well, you could do the same thing. Not because your parents said I want you to be this, you should be that. It's whatever you want to do for yourself. I feel like is the biggest thing. And people nowadays I think are starting to feel like I think we're in a generation now where you have a lot more flexibility with the direction in your life, where you want to go. There's a lot more entrepreneurs, I think, than there's ever been. Just me, coming across a lot of people and seeing their passions and their dreams, and they're actually taking the steps to execute, which I think is a great thing. There's people, very successful people, just out here just doing their own thing, from all ages, and that's the cool part, is that there's no age limit on it. You got kids that are 12 to 14, 16 years old, making millions. There's one guy, he sells sneakers, off consignment, and he makes millions of dollars. It's crazy. I don't even think he's 18 yet. So for me, I'm a little older. I'm 32, but I feel like it's just it's the life. It's the life you want to live. Don't limit yourself. Like I said, you can. There's so much availability out there. You have YouTube, obviously, Google. You can research anything. So whatever you feel like you want to get into, there's definitely ways to get into it. And if you don't know how to get into it, just ask. Message people, DM people. Social media makes it so there's no question can go unanswered, because there's so many different platforms out there for you to target. So yeah, I just wanted to talk briefly on that, because I feel like a lot of people feel that their life is different than any other body, any other person's life, and we all have the same life. Yeah, we might have a little harder, time to transition, or we might not have some of the resources that other people might have. But at the same time, we all have. I think most people have smartphones, so with that alone, you can kind of start your endeavors. So that's just my little piece, and I hope everybody takes a little bit from it and can kind of think like, yeah, maybe I will take some time out and start working on what I really want to do. And like I said, it doesn't take a lot of times it doesn't take much. There's a lot of resources out there, so just look out for that stuff and do your research, and you'll know as soon as you start researching it, you'll be like, I should have started this 5 years ago. I should have started this a long time ago, and you'll be a lot happier with your life. Even living somewhere. I'm from New York. I have a lot of friends from New York, and they're like, "Oh, you're so lucky you live in Florida." And I'm like, "I'm not lucky. I didn't, I decided this is Florida's where I want to be. So that's where. And if I ever wanted to move somewhere else, I would just figure out how to get there. I wouldn't let anything stop me. Nobody's gonna stop me. Nobody's gonna say, "Don't do that because you're not gonna like it." Let me find out for myself, because that's the best way and the only way I'm really gonna know if I like it or not. So take the fucking bulls by the motherfucking horn and take control of your life. You don't want to be 60 and be like, damn, really should have did that. And now you're fucking stuck, fucking shoveling shit for the rest of your life. But yeah, let's fucking go.